life brilliant in the history of Sungun Revolution. December the 24th this year is the 95th birth anniversary of the anti-Japanese heroine Kim Jong-suk. Greeting the day, the Korean people look back with deep emotion upon a noble life which will shine forever in the history of Sungun Revolution. Taking a rifle in her hand. Kim Jong-suk was born into a poor peasant family in today's Hwaryong City, North Hamgyong Province, on December 24, 1917. Born into a patriotic and revolutionary family, she bitterly experienced the sorrow of an occupied nation from her childhood. Because of poverty, her family had to leave for a foreign country in search of living. Ok-sil, lecturer of the Korean Revolution Museum, has this to say.
고생이란 고생은 다 겪으시며 오직 투쟁만이 살 길이라는 것을 사무치게 절감하신 김종숙 동지께서는 1935년 가을 위대한 수령님께서 이끄시는
Kim Jong-suk, suffering all sorts of hardships, deeply felt struggle is the only way to live. She joined the Korean People's Revolutionary Army led by the great leader Kim Il-sung in the autumn of 1935. When she was awarded a rifle, she took a firm oath that she would not lay down the rifle until the day of victory in the revolution.
After taking the rifle of revolution, Kim Jong-suk bravely fought in the days of the anti-Japanese war for liberation of Korea, true to the pledge she made that day.
Immortal exploits in army building. Korea, liberated in 1945, was faced with an urgent task of building regular revolutionary armed forces. Kim Jong-suk, always faithful to the intention of Kim Il-sung, made tireless efforts for the building of the regular revolutionary armed forces. First of all, she paid deep attention to the training of reserves for building the armed forces. She visited a number of new military academies founded at the time, and gave the orientation and specific ways which should serve as a guideline in training the backbones of the armed forces. Participating in the graduation ceremony of the then Pyongyang Institute, she told the graduates that the expectation of the country and people on them, core members of the army, was great, and stressed that they should firmly unite all soldiers around General Kim Il-sung in the future, and lead them to be loyal to the revolution. Kim Jong-suk also paid deep attention to the colors and military uniforms to make the army get the appearance of the regular revolutionary armed forces. After the founding of the regular armed forces was declared in February 1948 too, she ceaselessly visited all services and arms, gave important instructions, and made great efforts for their strengthening and development. She visited a tank unit and an Air Force unit, and looked round Gardeship 51, the first naval vessel made by the Korean workers. She worked energetically until the last day of her life for the strengthening and development of the People's Army and modern regular armed forces. The distinguished exploits of Kim Jong-suk, who devoted her role to providing firm military guarantee for the accomplishment of the revolutionary cause of Juche in support of Kim Il-sung's cause of army building, will shine forever in the history of the Sungun Revolution.
Unfading image. A song is ringing in the sky of December. It is the song sung by the Korean people with a boundless longing for her.
동지를 위한 사랑도 그 인종미도 불보다 뜨거우셨네. 붉은 게 지킨 신령도 사격성시도 이 세상 제일이셨네.
People of broad sections are endlessly visiting Osan Hill with a bronze statue of Kim Jong-suk, her native home, and the Haeryong Revolution Museum with ardent longing for her. The visitors resolved to live as Kim Jong-suk, who lived a brilliant life with a rifle in hand all her life. Kim Jong-suk defended President Kim Il-sung, making herself a shield at a critical moment in the battle at the entrance to Da-Sha-Ho in 1940 and other battles, and safeguarded him with a rifle during the whole period of the anti-Japanese struggle and after national liberation as well. The rifle was a treasured sword of revolution for resolutely defending the leader. Her noble spirit of giving way to rifle was inherited by her son, General Kim Jong-il. Later, General Kim Jong-il resolutely said he made a firm resolve to safeguard and hold in high esteem President Kim Il-sung well without laying down the rifle as his mother instructed, and the pistol handed down by his mother was the eternal pillar in his mind to defend the president. General Kim Jong-il, keeping his mother's instruction deep in his mind, lived a noblest life as the brilliant Sungun commander. The distinguished revolutionary life of the anti-Japanese legendary heroine Kim Jong-suk will shine forever along with all service persons of Korea in the history of the Sungun Revolution.
Immortal exploits in glorifying the era with Sungun. On December the 24th every year, the Korean people were brimful of joy and pleasure, because great Kim Jong-il was appointed Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army on the day. On the significant day in 2012, the service personnel of the Korean People's Army and people look back with deep emotion upon the immortal exploits of the fatherly Kim Jong-il, who glorified the era with the Sungun or Army First politics, with infinite yearning for him. In the middle of the 20th century, the U.S. led the imperialists were undisguised in their anti-socialist movies, triggering off aggressive wars on socialist countries. The confrontation between socialism and imperialism was a showdown of strength. Seeing through the demand of the times, great Kim Jong-il took the road of Sungun. When some socialist powers were paying little attention to the strengthening of their military strength while persisting in revisionism before the offensives of the U.S. imperialists, General of Korea Kim Jong-il was determined to take the road of Sungun without hesitation. 52 years ago, on August 25, 1960, Great Kim Jong-il visited the Seoul Ryugyong-suga's 105th Tank Division and solemnly declared his will to enforce Sungun politics. In leading the army for scores of years, he fully displayed his indomitable will and courage for Sungun, resourcefulness, wisdom, and distinguished the strategy of brilliant commander. Under his Sungun-based leadership, the national power got stronger, and socialism of Korea emerged ever victorious. So, the service personnel of the Korean People's Army and people held him in high esteem as the Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army on December 24, 1991. When the news was reported through media, the whole country was enveloped in emotion and joy. Officer of the Korean People's Army Lee Byung-sung has this to say.
정말 위대한 김정일 동지를 우리 최고 사령관으로 높임하신 역사적인 군단의 육전 심정을 이 자리에서 어찌다 표현할 수 있겠습니까?
My words fail to express my feelings on the historic day when great Kim Jong-il was appointed our Supreme Commander. At that time, the officers and men of the Korean People's Army felt reassured with a brilliant Sungun commander at the head of the powerful revolutionary army of Mount Baekdu. The soldiers burned their hearts with a resolve to more firmly hold the rifles and follow the road of Sungun unchangeably.
His appointment as Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army was a great happiness and honor to the service personnel of the Korean People's Army and people.
The Korean People's Army has been strengthened and developed into an invincible army under the leadership of Supreme Commander Kim Jong-il. In the 1990s, the imperialists' moves to isolate and suffocate the Democratic People's Republic of Korea reached the extreme. Whether to strengthen military power or not was a fundamental issue concerning the destiny of socialism. On January 1, 1995, great Kim Jong-il called on service persons of the People's Army defending a post in Yangpainus and held high the banner of Sungun. Mohammed Dioué Fofana, Secretary General of the African Regional Committee for the Study of the Juche Idea, during his visit to Korea said he was admiring the Sungun-based revolutionary leadership of Kim Jong-il and continued, "The unique political idea and mode of leadership which solve all problems arising in the revolution and construction regarding national defense as the most important of state affairs and core of state politics represent the unrivaled courage and strategy of Kim Jong-il, who made Korea an invincible military power no formidable enemy dares to challenge." Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army Kim Jong-il continued his Sungun-based leadership for the strengthening of combat power of the People's Army. Under the banner of Sungun, he called on the soldiers defending the posts of the Cheol Pass, Mount Osong, Cho Island, and Panmunjom, giving them fighting spirit and conviction of victory.
Under the guidance of the brilliant Sungun commander, the Korean People's Army has grown to be a revolutionary army of the powerful Baekdu-san nation no aggressive forces dare to challenge. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea is the target of more than 10,500 strategic nuclear missiles, 3,075 nuclear bombs, 97 strategic nuclear submarines and offensive submarines, 256 long-distance strategic bombers of different types, thousands of nuclear-capable fighter bombers, and over 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons, and depleted uranium shares in South Korea. But they are futile before the powerful arms of Sungun. Then why? To this question, foreign media say, If the Koreans had not had rocket shells nor nukes, the United States would have invaded them. There are many conclusions of history that the people with strength are really strong. The history of Sungun of the brilliant commander of Mount Baekdu, Kim Jong-il, who stood on the forefront of national defense with arms till the last moment of his great life, is a history of victory that shattered to pieces the myth of the mightiness of the US-led imperialist allied forces.
At the historic time when victory is won with Sungun, the Korean people warmly recall the instructions given by great Kim Jong-il. The generations to come too will know why we took the road of Sungun. After the country's reunification, let us share what we have done to the people, to the writers, to the young people. With a lofty intention to glorify the era with Sungun, Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army Kim Jong-il built a prosperous country, overcoming trials, and handed it down as the greatest legacy. His exploits will shine for all ages. Only victory and glory are in store for the service personnel of the Korean People's Army and people, as respected Kim Jong-un, identical with the great Sungun Commander Kim Jong-il, takes the supreme commandership of the Revolutionary Armed Forces.